things happened to them. A lot of abuse of substances and things they didn't want to do, and environments they did not want to be in. They descended their whole life. You know, it's not a life for anybody. You talk people out of that. You don't talk them into it. Yeah, I guess I'll just pull out a rose oracle right quick. Oracle of the Roses. We at 33:55. Excuse me. Confirmation burp. Out the box. Time to focus on the self, not failed past relationships. Confirmation. Everything is an experience and all is mind. You can't sit back and hold that feeling because you will be stuck in that past paradigm. If you don't release it, you'll never be able to move on. You have to love yourself enough to let go when you feel it's already failed mission. Because other than that, you'd only be fighting for your limitations, not for yourself. You can't be a pioneer following anybody else. Either you're a leader or you're a follower. And that's just period. Walk into the beat of drum of life. But don't be adjusted to miss life. As architect is written. It's a design. Walking with foolish eyes, trying to keep up with people instead of being in an individual relationship with yourself and the universe and Mother Earth and everything else. That, like, you was birthed here, you was born alone. When you leave here, you'll leave alone. Even if you was a twin and you shared the womb, you didn't push through the canal at the same damn time. Please don't take it there. So at some point, you have to be a free thinker and a free doer. Not a lazy thinker or a lazy doer, but to pioneer, you have to be a leader to architect your life into existence. Other than that, you'll be a jester of life is just driving you instead of you driving your life in the direction you want to go. Nobody gets in a car and press the gas and don't hold on the steering wheel. Confirmation. If you don't hold the steering wheel, the car is just going to go, right? So you have to design your life too. Rebel. Rebel against the norm and the outdated program that's keeping you stuck and stagnated, because taking advice from people with outdated programming only make you miss your own opportunities while you stuck with crabs in a barrel, pinching your pinches off and misery loving company. You know, that's not the way. The sage. If you were chosen by your bloodline to do something great, to show in the spirit realm, the thinness of the veil, how you can help bring others to balance, even in their nervous systems, so they could be more productive in society. If that's what you was called to do by your ancestors, it's in your better interest to do so than to rebel against it, because you will only be foolishly going against pioneering your own life, you know. The architect would be rebelling. It's a gesture move to pioneer the self. Step up in your higher mind sage self and become the healer that spirit created all to be. It's simple. Hear the sirens. Answer the call. You can't answer the call playing street games, doing childish things with immature people. Ancestors. The healer. The ancestors are trying to heal this sensualist energy, this Leviathan type spirit, but also the succubuses and the incubuses, right? Too many concerns with sexual energy. Especially if you're going to be a high priest, you have to abstain and hold your life force, your life force, your Christo fluid. It lubricates your nervous system and your brain, but it kind of crystallizes and it works with the pineal gland, and it keeps you tapped in with the divine in a lovely way. So you want to detoxify people, places, and things and situations to try to keep that clean. But sometimes worrying about I get it, you got 300 million spermatozoa as a man when you wake up every morning, but then you study that shit like the back of your hand. You know what that's about. Try life without it sometime. It's like, oh, I'm never going to get poom poom again. You had enough to last you for 3 lifetimes. Just calm down and take a break for a little bit and give yourself a chance. If that's what you want to do. Spirit just gave you the design. Leave them hoes in the street. Stop beating your meat and work on your stuff. Period. A hero. I need a hero. Somebody seeking a hero. The creator is for all the divine masculines who's not sure about that Jezebel succubus spirit. Spirit saying, get your hand out your pants and stop worrying about all them sexual energies and focus on yourself for a change, because it's time for the divine masculine to step up. Seeking the hero. Who is the creator? The omnipotent GodGoddess source energy is hiring, seeking heroes. My ear ringing a low tone in my right ear. Ooh. Ooh, that spirit. At some point, some of these masculines are meant to be priests and step up in a position, right? That's a challenge from the creator. Do your homework. Cleanse, purify, and build on yourself. Let's read the self, because that's 734, right? Madame Abel Chatrine Rose, the modern garden rose. Let's read the book. Number 34. Yeah, you got to advocate. You have to advocate and give yourself some self-care. The self. Oracle meaning. To improve anything at the moment, there needs to be a greater focus on balancing your own life cycles and patterns. Confirmation. You may find they are out of sync with what you feel is normal and whole for you. Things should also become clearer with new information coming your way in areas associated with what you most value in life. The self understands that to be whole is to accept that change is within your grasp and be willing to do something about it. They are constantly fine-tuning the balance between consciousness and unconsciousness centered around the ego. And that's the first step of the self. Killing that ego and trying to dictate the results and allowing the surrender of the divine to kind of critique, to sit back and reflect and see what is you accountable for and what could you change. You know, what's the outside sources creating you to be that way from the inside, kind of. Nice, Holy Spirit. I'll tell you, I'll be in the air, I'll be gone. My brain is just gone, and I'll come back to the book and what it says. It says, what are your limiting beliefs? The ethnobotanical archetype exploration of the self right now is, what are your limiting beliefs about yourself? And that's the meaning of the rose. And the plant energies is consciousness, unconsciousness, ego, wholeness, awareness. And the deities, oh my goodness. Okay, I could say Flanta real easy, but we're going to say Akil Landishvari. And that's where I'm going to leave it at. The sign is Aries. Say no. Good enough. If you get it right on the first time, why do it again? So that's the challenge, baby. You got to rescue yourself by cleaning up some of the things that you create in your own life and liberate yourself from the burden. Gonna have to fight this battle with the Most High, you know, with you and the Most High, like back to back, fighting the burdens together. Flirt, citizen, and Democrat tonight. And leave them hoes alone. The knight, the artist, and the caregiver, right? Give yourself some love and be brave and approach your life with courage, right? And bravery. The Democrat. Oh my God, you gotta advocate for yourself to get back in. You gotta stand in front of Anubis. Is it light as a feather or heavy as a stone? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Your ancestors said you're going to have to heal this over hypersexualized energy and focus more on elevating the self. Use that creative energy in different ways. Don't expel the energy. Allow it to go back up the 33 Jacob ladder vertebrae so that the Christ can rise and you can ascend. You can ascend and then it can stop bothering you so much. You can finally rise. And that's on a couple of levels too. Too much stress in that flesh anyway. It's overworked. You want to rise. Leave that thing alone. It's still stuck and caught up under the manipulation of all that work that you was out there doing. They got themselves sick from doing too much manipulation, too much black magic, too much witchcraft, too much rituals, too much graveyard dirt, too much traveling out of town to pay other people to do spell work on earth angels, too much voodoo dolls, too much